All right, Megan. So to start us off, just tell us what schools you went to.
So I was born in Boston and went to preschool there for a year, and then we moved to Texas and I went to a private school until first grade there, and then we moved to Colorado and I went to St. John the Baptist from second to eighth grade, and then I came to Silver Creek.
And that's a private,
Yeah.
Catholic school?
It's a private Catholic school, yeah.
And so you were able to convince your parents to let you go to public school, I'm guessing?
Yeah, so we were split between Silver Creek and Holy Family High School, which is near Broomfield, I think. And so my parents really liked Silver Creek because it's so close to our house and it's a really good school. But then the other part was continuing a Catholic education, which my grandparents wanted me to do, but it's really far away. So that means I would have had to driven an hour just to get to school in the morning. So, and I don't know, I really wanted to go to Silver Creek because the idea of free dress, because I've always had uniforms all out my education, always uniforms, and so the idea of wearing whatever I wanted to school is really appealing also. So that was part of why I wanted to
right.
go to public school.
Freedom is always nice. Did you have a role in deciding where you go, or was it up to your parents and you were just I want to go here?
Yeah, I was kind of both actually. So my parents, they didn't really want to drive me an hour because I couldn't have driven until junior year or sophomore year, I guess. Mm-hmm. And so they didn't really want to drive me every day all the way down to Holy Family, and so Silver Creek was just way more convenient for us. And I also wanted to go here more than a private school again, and meet new people, because a lot of people from my old school also would go to Holy Family to continue their Catholic education, but I wanted to get a fresh start also, so that was part of my decision.
Well, compared to a Catholic private school, like you said, you wanted to be here, but what are some of the differences that you see between the two? I mean, there's the obvious the freedom to express yourself through dress, but yeah. What other sorts of things do you notice between the two that maybe someone else wouldn't?
Well, the Catholic schools are really small, so my grade in 8th grade was probably 35-ish kids, and so everyone knew everyone. We were all friends. Our parents were friends. We knew each other's siblings. The whole school probably had 400 people, so we were really tight-knit, I guess, and so wow. There wasn't a single person I didn't know who they were, and then coming here, there's people in my grade I never see. I see new people in the hallway all the time.
Right.
So that difference, I don't know, everyone is really similar since we all share the same pretty similar values and beliefs, I guess. So we were all pretty churchgoers, we were all just pretty similar, and there wasn't really separation. There were some friend groups, but we were all pretty much friends with each other also. There wasn't you don't have certain groups of people all those people, and it wasn't divided like that, kind of how high school is. But.
Right. Well, you said that, our class is significantly bigger than 35
yeah.
people. But wouldn't you say that despite the fact that we are much, much bigger than that, we are still, have you noticed that we're still very connected? We still know each other really well.
Definitely, because that was another part of Silver Creek that I liked, is how everyone talks about how the atmosphere at Silver Creek is different, which I think is true. And everyone's pretty close with everyone, when you're the atmosphere is overall pretty welcoming and inviting to people. And so that's another similar between Catholic school and our school, I guess. So.
Our class can oftentimes be a rowdy bunch. So whenever we have these assemblies or instances where we're all together doing something we don't want to do, or just all in the same auditorium or gym or whatever, things can get kind of nutty sometimes. What are some of the things that you've seen or you've witnessed at one of those sorts of events?
So this year at one of our pep rallies, I think it was, they called down all the teams for winter sports, the captains, just to give us an update on how everyone's doing, upcoming events and stuff.
Sure.
Cole Eckert runs down, he just goes for it. He runs all the way down, and they handed the microphone to him.
And he didn't play a sport.
He doesn't play sports. But everyone knows Cole. And so they just handed the microphone to him, and he's just I'm Cole or something, and I think he said go sports or something like that, and people just went with it. And then there was another time with Cole, we were taking our senior picture, the senior class picture in the gym, and we were all sitting there, and the guy was probably ready to take the picture, and Cole just runs in, and Mr. Finnishead was sitting there, and he he yelled his name. He was like, Cole or something, and everyone was like, ooh, like, oh God, he's in trouble. And then, like, after he kind of, like, scared us, Cole, he was like, just go up there, Cole, come on. Like, he just, like, made his entrance, I guess.
You're talking about when we clapped for him, too, right?
Yeah, we clapped for him. Like, everyone was like, yeah, Cole. Like,
finally, he's here.
Yeah, so that was just kind of a thing. I think someone else probably came in late, too. But, like, Mr. Finnis had yelled at him, and then he was just like, go on, like, it's okay. But it was kind of, like, scary at first. Like, everyone was like, oh, God, he's in trouble. But he was fine.
During your time here at Silver Creek, what have been some of your moments like that of, do you have any moments of feeling like you're in the spotlight or instances where you're the center of attention even though you might not want to be at that instance?
I don't know. I guess, like, my friend group and, like, we're pretty, like, well known, I guess. Like, that sounds kind of bad, I guess.
No, don't worry about it.
So I know, like, I've heard, like, people tell me, like, oh, there's rumors going on about you, or, like, that kind of thing, and, like, I just, like, don't really pay attention to that, but I guess that's, like, when people highlight you, I guess, and, like, for good or bad reasons, but I don't know what the rumors were, but people were just like, yeah, people are talking about you, or people said this about you, and so I guess that's it, but then, like, I don't know, like, being in leadership also, like, has put me, like, feeling like I was in the spotlight, just, like, senior year, like, with my capstone project, and, like, having to get up in front of our classes and talk to them, and going and talking to lower, like, underclassmen about my project and stuff, like, I guess, like, on a smaller scale but...
Well, you bring up an interesting point about, your particular group of friends. For sake of argument, we'll just call them popular. Okay. Really, there's no... Well, I guess...
There's not another term.
Well, do you feel like, because of the position you're in, how have rumors sort of affected your life? I mean, we all try and make sure that they don't really get to us very much, but because of where you are in terms of the social life here at the school, what has that been like to have something that just isn't true just spread about you? Like, what is that like?
It definitely doesn't feel good.
I'm sure.
But, like, when people say that, or, like, you hear that stuff is going on, I just try to ignore it. I don't really care about, like, what my friends think of me and stuff, and if people think otherwise, that's just what's going to happen, and I feel like that happens, like, all throughout life. There's people who don't like you, people who do like you, all that stuff going on, and so, like, you just kind of have to put it away, like, not let it get to you, I guess, and just move on with it, and I don't know, after, like, having, like, people talk about me and stuff, and my friends, I just try not to spread it, like, when I hear stuff about other people, because, I know what it feels like, and I know, like, how my friends know what it feels like, and so that's not something I want to make someone else feel.
Right. Since you've been here, what have been some of your favorite memories and this can be, like, in school, it can be outside of school, like, what have been some of the things that have happened to you?
So, when I hang out with my friends, we usually, I don't know, something always just, like, funny happens, or something that always just comes up with our friends, like, I think it was this semester, I was hanging out with Megan and Isabella, and we went out to dinner, and we were coming back from dinner, and Megan drove, and her car is only 2 doors, so I had to sit in the back, and I'd, like, wait for Isabella to, like, move her seat up and open the door so I could get out after her. Mm-hmm. And so Isabella gets out of the car, like, when we pull up in Megan's garage. Isabella gets out of the car and, like, slams the door in my face because she forgot I was back there, I guess. And I was like, Isabella, open the door. And so then she's like, oh, you're in there. And so she opens the door, and I was talking to Megan, and she, like, got out on the other side of the car, and we're, like, looking over the car, like, talking to each other. And I get out of the car, and I just, like, fell.
You fell out of the car?
I just tripped.
You weren't paying attention. And
no,
I
was just, like,
over?
looking at her, and I guess I just totally, like, I don't know, I wasn't thinking about my feet, I guess.
Just ate it.
Yeah, no, I totally just fell on the floor of the garage, and then Megan just starts cracking up. She was like, Megan, you were just talking, I just went down, and so she thought it was the funniest thing ever, and so Megan was like, oh my god, guys, like, I'm gonna pee, and so she literally peed on the garage floor, like, she actually did, like, this isn't...
Just from laughing about you falling, that's all she was laughing about?
Yeah, and then once she started peeing on the garage, like, on the floor...
Are you serious?
Isabella thought she was gonna pee too, so Isabella runs to the house and, like, goes to the bathroom, so she did. And so I was just, like, staying with Megan, and we were both just, like, I was sitting on the floor, like, on the garage just dying. Like, we were just, and because when she started peeing, like, it was just way more fun.
It's really not that funny, but...
It really wasn't, but this happens, this is not the first time with Megan. This happens.
This isn't the first time Megan's peed herself from something that been...
No, this happens not frequently, but not frequently. Like, it happens. And then, so after there's, like, this puddle.
Wow.
There's this puddle on the floor, and we're like, oh god, like, we have to clean it. Like, I'm not cleaning it up, but so Megan, like, got all these paper towels and hand soap and just, like, sprays it on the floor. And she cleaned it up. Like, it was fine. And we poured water.
Does it, like, happen? I'm just fascinated that it happens so frequently that there are multiple instances of it. Do you guys have like a system of cleanup?
Oh no, I don't
you guys
help her
just
clean
wing
that
it
up.
every time?
No, she can handle it. I'm not cleaning that up for her.
Did you guys ever try to help?
No.
No? Every single time?
I definitely haven't. No, it's like she's like peed on like the floors in her house, like the carpet, I guess, like once or twice. I mean, everyone knows she does it. Like, I mean, I feel bad saying that, but like we all posted Snapchat stories, so people don't know. I mean, I feel bad, but
wow. Okay.
That was definitely memories right there. That stuff happening.
Well, besides instances of Megan peeing, what other sorts of memories do you have of hanging out with friends and doing stuff after school?
So, after school, like, I used to play volleyball. So freshman, sophomore year after school, I'd have practice, like, every day just for the fall. And then we'd have games, like, Tuesday, Thursday after school. And then I'd play club, which is, like, starts in December and goes until springtime. So I'd have volleyball, like, year-round freshman, sophomore year. And then junior year, I decided to stop, and I did a work study first semester. So I had to work 15 hours a week. So I'd work a lot after school last year. And then this year I didn't do a work study, so I had more free time with my friends. So I was, like, hang out with them after school and stuff. And then there was another time, though, like, it was probably, like, a Friday or Saturday night, and I was hanging out with Megan and Isabel again, and one of our friends called us. She's like, you guys should, like, come over and, like, hang out with us, like, at this party type thing, and we're like, okay, yeah, that'd be fun. And so we go over to this party.
You guys weren't invited initially.
No. It was, like, the party had already started, and then they were just like, oh, what are you guys doing? And we're like, oh, we're just watching movies and stuff, and, like, if, you want to come over, like, the door's open, like, come by if you want to hang out. So, like, okay, yeah, so we went to this party, and it was probably 10 minutes after we showed up, and
10 minutes?
It was 10, 20 minutes, like, not a long time.
Okay.
We were just, like, talking to people, like, hanging out, and, like, I think there was, like, a TV, like,
but
something.
10 minutes into this party, something goes wrong.
Something does go wrong. So someone, I don't know who said it, but someone's like, there's cops outside, and we're like...
So you guys have only been here for 10 minutes and already...
We just showed up. And so we're like, oh, there's cops outside. And so we didn't know what to do, and I don't know how many, like, cop cars there were or what was going on, and then someone knocked on the door, and we're like, no one, like, opened the door, like, all the lights were out, so I don't know if it, like, looked suspicious or what, or, like, if the neighbors, because I think the music was loud or something, so the neighbors might have...
So then one of the neighbors called?
That's what we think happened, yeah.
So if you guys are there for only 10 minutes, and I'm guessing that they're more than 10 minutes away, they had called the cops as you're on your way. So you guys
now
are just,
that I think about it, yeah, I guess
so you guys are just
yeah.
driving into trouble.
I guess so. So it probably wasn't a good idea, I guess. But I guess the music was loud, so I think that was, like, the complaint. And so they came and they knocked on the door, and no one opened the door. Like, we don't want, like, nothing's going wrong. It's like, we just didn't open the door, and we were all in the basement. And so, we, like, saw, like, flashlights outside, like, out of the window wells, and they were, like, shining them, so everyone was freaking out. And so we turned off all the lights. Everyone was, like, hiding behind the couch. People were, like, hiding in the bedroom, like, in the bathroom, and everyone, like, no one knew what to do, so we just, like, waited it out. It was, like, 30 minutes. We just kind of, like, sat on the floor, but it was a really scary night. But... And then someone's like, oh, they're gone, and then everyone just, like, runs to their cars and
sprints the second that they're gone.
And then the next morning, the girl who threw the party, she texted us, and she's like, guys, after everyone left, like, another cop car drove by probably 5 minutes after. So it was, like, that right time when everyone just left, and...
Very small window of opportunity.
Yeah, so it worked out really well, and no one got, like,
I'm sure someone must have seen him.
Yeah.
Like someone driving out.
I guess so, yeah.
Probably ran into him, right?
Yeah. Possibly.
But not you guys.
No, not us. We just left. We're like, okay, let's not do that again. So after that time, we're like, okay, no more. So we just don't do that.
Well, to close out, since you were able to get out of private school and come to a public school where you could wear whatever you want.
Yeah.
Have you enjoyed your time here at Silver Creek, sort of because of the freedom you were given, or do you think you would have been just as happy if you had gone to that Catholic school?
I think I would have been happy either way, and I would have made like good friends like either way. So I think part of like being happy like at high school has to do with like the friends you meet, the people like you have connections with, that type of thing. And so I think I would have met like nice people like at either school. Like I obviously have like really great friends here, and so that's really like made my high school experience pretty great. But I think being like the freedom like has to do with it. 'Cause, like,
but was there anything like
know,
about
like,
I guess about Silver Creek specifically that you'll miss? Something specific about our school?
I really like all my teachers, and so I feel like because I've like had personal connections with them and like gone to them to talk to them when I needed something. I like Mr. Sardinia, he's always been there to talk and stuff, and so just like the really great staff at Silver Creek, I'll definitely miss next year. But I mean, like,
happy to move on.
I'll be happy to move on and like meet new people and stuff, and I'll meet like probably great people next year also. But it'll be definitely different, like not like having the teachers who really like know who you are and like like know your names. Like you hear in college how like you're just a number at some schools, I guess, but like you have teachers here that like really know you and care about you, and like not that college teachers don't care, but like they like, know you on a personal level, and so I guess I miss almost that.
Awesome.
But,
well, thanks, Megan.
yeah, thank you.